How many here are undergraduates? You know what they say your time at college is? Your shortest, gladdest years. Well, we've heard a lot of good stuff, but I'm going to try to make this my shortest, gladdest speech. But there are some formalities. Welcome Governor Dan Malloy, President Peter Salovey, and loyal friends Rosa DeLauro and Richard Blumenthal, who couldn't be here but are in D.C. on some important grown-up business. I want to thank, of course, all my family, friends, supporters, and fellow donors who are so with me. Patricia Bender, Michael Bender, Ann Werner, Alyssa Erickson, Kurt Erickson, Taylor Erickson, Bryce Erickson, Michael Miller, my BFF, Judy and Charlie Gerard, my future Makatano, the great physicians, Stephen Brenner, generous friends, Brad Berger, George Rohr, Jonathan Weiss, Gladys and John Soto, Ann and the Prince of Portraits, Peter Robinson, loyal Patrick Smith, and our most tireless advocate, Mike Newton, and my classmate and friends for life, Henry Jones, Mike Payne. And those in my heart who are not here, Philip Bender and Eva Gerard, and Nat and Chris Hennessy, and sons Alec and Levon, who were involved with the New York City MS bike ride this morning. And to those, I should have mentioned, but I did not, you get extra drinks at our complimentary bar. You've heard so many times that Chabad is a home away from home, and that, before there ever was a Chabad at Yale, fittingly describes the legacy of my mother, Alice Lewin-Bender, School of Music, class of 1934, whose hospitality during my time at Yale and our home in New Haven was extended to so many of my classmates and friends, as well as to those of my sister Lois, class of 73. In fact, it was Lois's late husband, Dr. Stephen G. Merrill, class of 72, who aptly named our house Club Bub. And while my mother didn't have a lot of formal Jewish education, she was involved in Jewish causes. She was president of ORT. In fact, I spoke today to her longtime friend, Ruth Friedland, who said they used to get these old schmuttas people would give away. Not all of you know what that word is, but go to the flea market, and I used to say, you're going to make money off that stuff? But they did. But she wanted education for her children, and so off I went to B'nai Jacob. And I was told to take pride, according to my bar mitzvah instructor, who happily informed me, good news, Nachum, that's my Hebrew name, you may well have the longest Haftorah of all. Count my blessings. Looking back now, I actually feel pretty good about that. Well, looking back. While my personal history has proven that I may not be the most observant Jew of all, I consider myself among the proudest. It occurred to me some years after completing my tour of duty in Vietnam and entering the business world and looking back at the blur that was my college years, that not only had my father gone to Yale, although the Depression never allowed him to finish, but my mother had as well. This thought resurfaced some years later when she proactively and tirelessly helped me build the house in which my bride, Patricia, and I were to happily call home. When it was finished, she hugged me and she said, this is my last completed work. She was towards the end of her life, and she was aware of that. I said, but Mom, just look at your whole body of work. It's a lifetime of accomplishments. Family, beloved by friends, a woman who went to Yale in an era when, to put that mildly, it just didn't happen. Certainly not until 1969 with her undergraduate women. And I reminded her of this, and she said, trust me, no one will ever remember that I was here. Folks, let me tell you, this Chabad house is a true and everlasting testimony to the legacy of my mom, a legacy of giving and sharing. And she believed in charity, and sometimes charity until it might hurt. Ow! But let me get back to what she said. She said, trust me, no one will ever remember I was here. Yes, they will. Let's go enjoy the Alice Chabad thing. Let's eat and let's drink, because she would have wanted to be here doing it.